One of the most polarizing prospects in the 2022 NFL Draft is Liberty quarterback Malik Willis. For those unfamiliar with Willis, he'll be 22 years old on draft night, but he'll be 23 years old when he takes the NFL field for the first time. Born May 25th, 1999, he played quarterback at the University of Liberty, but he was a transfer from the University of Auburn where he also played quarterback. He's a redshirt senior. At the combine, he was measured to have a height of 6 foot and a half inch. He weighed in at 219 pounds. He had an arm length of 31 and 3/4 inch, and he had a 9.5 inch hand span. He elected not to take part in the 40-yard dash, the vertical jump, the broad jump, or the 20-yard shuttle. In his 2021 season, he finished with 13 games, 207 completions, 61.1% completion percentage, 2,857 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He also had 197 rushes for 878 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 3 fumbles. Willis's best traits are his arm talent and athleticism. He's one of the best athletes in the class, and he has the strongest arm of any of the quarterbacks in the 2022 NFL Draft. His worst traits, however, are his accuracy and decision making. Both his accuracy and decision making can be inconsistent from drive to drive. It's not to say that he hasn't shown accuracy or good decision making. More so, he needs to be more consistent in both of these categories. I've watched a handful of his games, including the Senior Bowl, Liberty versus Eastern Michigan, Liberty versus Army, Liberty at Ole Miss, and Liberty at Syracuse. With that being said, I'd like to show you guys some of the things that I saw in film. On this play, I want to show you how Willis has shown an ability to use his eyes to help his receivers win in their routes. His outside receiver is going to run a double move. He's going to sell a hitch route. The receiver is going to take 3 strides, open up towards the ball, and Willis is going to be watching him the entire time. The corner is going to open his hips, take 1 step towards the receiver with his outside leg, and at this point, Willis knows he's going to have a shot down that sideline. Willis has his feet set, a strong base, and zips the ball up the sideline in a beautiful location for his receiver to go up and grab it out of the air. The ball is placed perfectly between the corner and the safety. This play by Willis showed a lot of things that NFL teams are going to be looking for out of him. He used his eyes to manipulate defenders, great touch on the throw, the timing was perfect, and his accuracy was as good as you could ask for. The next play I want to show you is an RPO go. Malik Willis is going to get the ball. He has the option to hand the ball to the running back, or he can look to the out route being ran by the slot receiver on the wide side of the field. The other route being ran here is a go route. This is more of a clear out route. However, Willis looks for the out route. The defender responsible for covering the go steps up, and Willis lays it over his head to the go route. This play was to show you how smart and creative Willis can be. Flat out, he's just a playmaker. This next play is against zero. Zero is essentially a blitz package that leaves all receivers on one-on-one matchups. All other defenders are essentially getting after the quarterback. This play was encouraging to find in his tape. Willis is going to have man-on-man on the outside across the board. He's going to have 7 rushers and an 8th man working as a spy in case Willis breaks contain. Willis does exactly what I want from him. As soon as he gets the ball, he drops back for depth, finds the outside receiver that has inside leverage on a slant, and gets the ball out of his hands in a hurry for the first down. This was a big play on 4th and 2. Willis remained calm and did not panic in the moment. On the very next play, Willis sees a similar defense, except this time there's a single high safety. This time, Willis does not drop for depth. He stands in the pocket with a defender running free at his face. He alters his arm angle and fits the ball around the defender to the same receiver on the same slant route. These plays happened back to back and were nearly identical. Seeing Willis handle a zero blitz as well as he has is encouraging, as some quarterbacks struggle and lose their poise in these situations, but Malik did not. On this play, there's going to be a wheel route from the motion receiver to the field, a slant that takes it upfield at the hash marks, and a flat route underneath. Willis should get the ball, look at the flat, and give a nice ball fake to the flat route. This ideally would bring the defenders on this side of the field up in an attempt to make a play, which would leave the wheel route wide open down the sideline. When Willis does get the ball, however, he looks to the flat, does not give a nice ball fake, and he does not see the safety run with the wheel route. Instead, Willis turns his head upfield and throws the wheel route anyway. Because the safety ran with the wheel route, the safety's in a perfect position to make an interception. This was a poor execution and poor decision-making on Willis's part. These types of plays pop up in his film more than I would care to see. I believe it is in large part due to him feeling as though he needs to play hero ball to win games. This is a mindset that he's going to want to fix in the NFL. These moments of hero ball show up in his film too consistently for me. On this next play, Willis is going to have good pocket movement at first, but once he steps up and number 3 flashes in his vision, he does a spin move in open space which does nothing for him. I'm not sure exactly what he thought was going to happen for him here, but he ends up getting brought down for a loss of 3 behind the line of scrimmage.
Where Willis should have gone with the ball here is to the in route on the short side of the field. I feel as though he did not take this because it was 3rd and 10 and the in route was not beyond the line to gain. Willis will have to do a better job of taking what the defense is willing to give him. This erratic style of improvisational play works at times, but in the end it will lead to more bad than good. Another aspect of Willis's game I want to touch on is one that most already know about. That is his exceptional arm talent. Willis has the arm power to make throws to the opposite sideline, which is impressive in college football. This is because in college football, the interior hash marks are over double the length apart than that of the interior hash marks in the NFL. So when a quarterback makes a throw from the far hash in college, it's traveling farther than a throw from the hash in the NFL. Thus, far hash throws in the college game are more impressive than they appear. With that being said, Willis has shown on multiple occasions he is able to make a throw from a hash mark to the opposite out of bounds line with ease. This is a testament to his arm power. On the next play, I want to show you how the arm talent he possesses allows him to make plays others simply can't. On this throw, Willis is off platform and not able to incorporate his lower half to this throw at all. While throwing off platform and drifting to the left, he's able to use his arm to rocket a pass into a receiver in the flat for a modest gain, relying only on his arm power. This ability is a type of playmaking ability that changes games. One play like this against a team running zero, and it's the difference between a sack for a loss and a 75-yard touchdown. On the next play, I wanted to show how Willis's arm power allows him to test tight window throws. On this next play, he has a receiver breaking open to the out of bounds line, but he's running out of room. Willis is able to rip this ball on a line right into his chest plate for a touchdown. This shows how Willis's arm power can be used in a practical NFL way. He can make throws that test tight windows, and in this case, it worked out for him. The final play regarding his arm talent that I want to show you is going to demonstrate Willis's arm strength. On this play, he's going to drop back, and while fading backward just a touch, at the back of his drop, he's going to make this play downfield. Willis is going to lay the ball 45 yards downfield and hit his receiver in stride for a long touchdown. Willis has several plays just like this one scattered throughout his film. Willis has moments of being a very accurate passer. These two throws are his best throws of the year. The first being an absolute dime down that right sideline. Willis sets his feet and drops the ball right in the bucket down that right sideline. The second one, he may have had some luck involved in this play, but to get the ball into that receiver was one heck of a play. Willis, when his mechanics are true, demonstrates very good accuracy as a passer. That being said, as mentioned before, due to his arm talent, he's able to make special plays even when he does not throw with proper mechanics. On this play, it is simply a falling away Hail Mary into triple coverage, but he gets the ball into his receiver's hands miraculously with excellent touch. As mentioned, this play has some luck involved, but this was one of the best throws I'd seen all year. The final part of Willis's game I want to show you is his mobility, both inside and outside of the pocket. In the first 3 plays, I want you to see his ability to manipulate the pocket. Whether he's stepping up or rolling out, he does well to create time and make distance for himself behind the line of scrimmage. Free rushers do not bother him. When his line gets beat, he finds a way to manipulate the pocket by either stepping up and delivering a good ball, or he takes off with his legs. I was happy to see that most of the time, he does well to keep his eyes downfield and find open receivers when the pocket breaks down. When he escapes the pocket and keeps his eyes downfield, he has shown a growth in realizing when a play is dead and simply throwing the ball away. At the Senior Bowl, he showed a willingness to throw the ball out of bounds and live to fight another down rather than forcing a turnover-worthy pass or lowering his head and risking injury by trying to get back to the line of scrimmage with his legs. When Willis does take off with his legs, he's a hard person to tackle in space. He's both quick and fast. In short areas, he's able to make defenders miss, but in the open field, he's also able to run past defenders. In the run game, Willis is a major threat and will need to be accounted for all over the field, especially in the red zone. Malik Willis is worthy of a first-round pick, and I envision him as a starting quarterback in the NFL for the next 8+ years. Seattle would be a great landing spot for Willis. He would be an instant upgrade over Drew Lock or Geno Smith, but either one of them are capable of starting for the first 4 to 6 games of the post-Russell Wilson era in Seattle. Playing in Seattle, a team wants to run the ball with Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, and in this scenario, Malik Willis himself will allow Willis to operate as the playmaker he is. In addition to the strong running game, Willis also has weapons like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf to throw to on the outside. As for a player comparison, I'm not the first to say it, and I won't be the last, but it doesn't make it less true. Malik Willis is Jalen Hurts, but with a much stronger arm. Overall, Malik Willis is a good quarterback and has a lot of potential as a passer. I view him as a future franchise quarterback in the NFL. He will need some time to adjust to the NFL game, and it might be a bit of a rocky start at the beginning. His rookie season might be a mixed bag of highs and lows, but they will serve as learning experiences for Willis as he makes his adjustment to the NFL. I would expect a rookie season from Willis to look comparable to the season we saw from Justin Fields in Chicago. Give him time and let him continue to grow, and I believe Willis will have a chance to be an answer at quarterback for any of these NFL teams in the top 15 selections. That'll do it for Malik Willis. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more NFL content. Comment with your questions and tell me what you think of Malik Willis. But until then, see you at the next video.